Hello and welcome back to Plans with Elle. This channel is all about our family of three getting ourselves out of debt and financially free. We do check-ins, cash stuffings and debt updates on this channel. So if that sounds like a reason that you come to YouTube for, that's the kind of thing you're interested in, then do stick around to watch and see how we get on our journey. So hello and welcome. To anybody new here, this video today is going to be a little bit different. In fact, not even just to anybody new, to everybody. This is going to be a little bit of a different video from what I usually do. It's not a check-in, it's not a cash stuffing, and it isn't a debt update. You can probably see from the title though, here, in my lovely notebook, it's 2022 Reflections. So a few weeks ago now, I decided I wanted to do a little bit of a mini-series here on my channel. I wanted to do it because I've seen lots of videos recently, budgeting videos, focusing on goals for 2023 and how people are moving forward into the new year. And I thought, okay, what is it that I want to do and what I want to achieve? And I realised there's 4 parts to this, and this video today is going to be part 1. To run you through what these 4 videos will be. Part 1 is a reflection of 2022. Part 2 is going to be my goals and my family's goals for 2023. Part 3 is going to finally be Happy Mail. Woohoo! It's pretty much all arrived, sadly not all, but most of it, so we're going to go with it. And part 4 is going to be setting up my binders and challenges ready for 2023. So it fitted nicely for Betwixmas, you know, those 4 days between Christmas, or Boxing Days more specifically, and New Year's Eve, where you forget what day of the week it is because you've eaten so much food and you're continuing to eat so much and get merry with all the drinks as well. So yeah, you forget what day of the week it is. So I thought, okay, 4 days, a 4-part series, that should fit nicely and will help keep me track of those days. So without further a waffle, let's get on with it. So our reflections for 2022. I'd like to know as well, please hit me up in the comments, what are your reflections for 2022? What are your successes and what are your lessons? So things that you've learned from 2022 that you're going to hope to improve for 2023. So I'm starting off with the successes because I think it's important to stay positive on this journey and not just look at what's gone wrong and how you can do things better. Well, actually what has worked really well. So let's start positively. We started budgeting again and saving. So the again is because those of you that may have watched my videos from the beginning, or at least for a while now, will know that I originally started cash budgeting way back when, I don't even know, the mid 2010, that kind of time period, maybe a little bit later than that, but certainly quite a few years ago, and with the main aim to save towards my first home and just to try and get on top of money in general because I wasn't very good with money at the time. So I started cash budgeting then. That was when there weren't so many UK cash stuffers on YouTube. I almost wish I started then because that would have been fun. I don't think I can think of any. There was one that I started watching but then she disappeared, didn't put many more up, which was a shame because I really liked her videos. I've forgotten her name unfortunately as well. But it was mainly either American or Canadian. And then I ended up eventually buying my house and that was great, and I kind of just forgot about it from there. Just didn't cash stuff, didn't budget anymore. Well, I budgeted, but it was very vague. It wasn't as good as what I'm doing it now. And I'm not saying now's great, but it certainly wasn't as good. Anyway, this is meant to be positive. We've started budgeting again and saving again properly this year. We kicked it up a gear. We've got the envelopes, we've got the binders, and we're cash stuffing, and for the most part it is working. So I'm really proud of us for doing that. We're doing it together as well, me and my partner, so that's been a really good journey. Second success is that we cash funded our holiday. So you won't be aware of this necessarily because our holiday was before I started my videos, and I started videoing in October, I believe, and we started cash stuffing, I should say, probably September. but the budgeting happened a little bit earlier in the year, and we were able to cash fund our holiday. We had all the money that we needed for spending, and I think we even had a little bit left over that, so I'm proud of us for doing that as well. Oh, this is a really proud moment for me. I stopped using my credit card. So this is a personal financial success. I have had a credit card, I can't even think now, most of my adult life anyway. And I've been fairly successful in that I have not once had to pay any interest on it. I've always paid it off in full every month, or when it's got too much, transferred to a 0% for however many months, paid that fee, whatever it is. Generally it's never been more than 3%, and then I've had that 12 or 18 months to pay that part down. So it's healthy and unhealthy. It's unhealthy because really it's just been debt constantly. It's not been a practical and a sustainable use of a credit card. And I know they're not the enemy. I know there are some people that can use them really well, and hats off to them. And am I saying I'm never going to use a credit card again? No. If I get, and it's a big if, a good handle on my finances and I can actually take advantage of the rewards that come with them, yes, I will start using them again. But certainly not whilst we are still in debt. As a family, we have a loan out. We took it out last year, £8,000. We're just shy of £6,000 now, so we've got a chunk off, but we really want to dig deep next year. But yeah, until we're out of debt, I'm not touching a credit card again. So I've done really well with it. Although I haven't technically cancelled it yet, I received a new card in the post last month, and I haven't activated it, and I haven't put it in my purse or anything. I haven't put it in my purse, so it's not in use, and any sort of payments that were attached to my credit card, like Amazon and things like that, because the card that I originally had has now run out, I can no longer use it. So I think I had a subscribe and save, and it was on the credit card, and I can no longer have that because the card is expired. That's the word. It's expired. So I've been really good at it, and have I been tempted? I would say I have been tempted, actually. Yeah, this is something I do want to address. I have been tempted to use it. What stopped me is the fact that I filmed these videos, and I've put in a couple of videos that I haven't used my credit card, and I want to hold myself accountable to that. But also, the reason why I've wanted to use a credit card is because of that temptation, and because of the discomfort of not having much money. And believe me, it's been tough, because with it being Christmas and saving for Christmas, it's been difficult to not want to use the credit card and go, oh yeah, it's fine, we'll pay it off next month, or what have you, in the next paycheck we'll do it then. What we've decided to do instead is take money from, say, the car MOT and service, or the car insurance and the home insurance. And we've also taken it out of our emergency fund, not our main emergency fund, but we were starting to build up a second layer, but we've taken it out of there, all for Christmas, to stop me, mainly me, from using the credit card. And that's just because we didn't do Christmas well enough. We didn't save up enough for it. That's another reflection that will come up in a moment. So yeah, I hope that makes sense. It is uncomfortable to feel like your balance is near zero, but I think I needed to feel that feeling, because I don't want a credit card to be a comfort blanket. That's what the emergency fund is for. That's what the sinking funds are for. And the credit card is just going to keep holding me back, and it's a false security blanket. It's not real. So yes, I'm really pleased. I know it's only been a couple of months, but I'm so proud that I've stuck with that discomfort of not being able to use it. Cash funded Christmas. Now this is one of those like semi-successes. So it's successful because we have not used any debt in order to buy any presents or food for Christmas. It has purely been money that we have saved. The less successful part is that, as I've mentioned a few moments ago, we've taken it out of what should have been funded for car insurance this month, what should have been funded for MOT this month, and home insurance, and that emergency fund money that we had. And I think we might have taken a little bit out of other places as well, which you'll see when I do my next cash stuffing. I can't remember off the top of my head, and I'm not getting my binders out now. But we still cash funded it though, and that's why I want to see it as more of a success than a, oh yeah, but we kind of cheated because we took the money elsewhere. Well, priorities change, and because we didn't start properly budgeting, at least the videoing anyway, until October, and therefore I didn't really start thinking of Christmas until October. Because of that, we gave ourselves such a restricted amount of time to be solid in what we needed for Christmas. And I had a comment recently just reminding me how much more we spend on Christmas than we even planned to. So that's definitely a bit of a lesson there I'm talking about, so we can talk about that more later, but just something to bear in mind. But I'm proud still that we have not touched a penny of debt in order to fund Christmas, so that is a success. So our first £1,000 emergency fund saved. So for anyone again that's new to my channel, I sold my house earlier this year, and we have been using some of the money from the sale of the house to do home improvements. But before I did anything, as soon as that money landed in my bank account, I moved it straight into an easy access savings account. So it's building interest, and interest rates are obviously a little bit better than they have been previously at the moment. But if I needed that money today, I can get it today. It will take, up to the 2 hours or whatever it is for those fast bank transfers. We've cash funded the house improvements, so that links to this one. The money from the sale of the house, we've bought a fridge freezer, we've done some flooring, we've bought a bed, all those kind of things, cash funded. Again, no debt for that, so I'm really proud of us for doing that. And paying ourselves back. So again, these all link really. The money that we've spent, which is around about £5,000 for the various different home improvements we've made over the few months we've been here, I realised that money was going quick, and I didn't want it to just be that money's gone, that's the end of it, now we're having to start from scratch. So what my partner and I agreed to was that we would pay me back, because it technically is my money, but again, we'll share where necessary, but to pay me back that £5,000 to make up for the spending that we've done in this house. So we have been calling it the Bank of Me, so it's sort of, we're treating it like a loan, and as of recording this video, I think it's 750 we've got there right now, so we're almost a fifth of the way there. I'll talk a little bit more about my goals video, about what my thoughts are moving forward into next year for how we're going to continue with this, or what our plans are. But yes, I'm so pleased that we at least started paying it back, and we've managed to get to 750 already. We've done really well. Okay, we are on to lessons. So these are, I don't want to call them failures, because I just want to see it as maybe some mistakes that we've made, or yeah, just things that we've done that actually in hindsight, was that a good idea? Probably not, and what could we do instead? So what I've got underneath this bit of paper is the things that have gone wrong, the mistakes, and then I've put PS, which, I've already forgotten what PS stands for. Proposed solution. Oh my goodness. Yes, the PS stands for proposed solution. So an idea of what we think could potentially help this from happening again, so what we can learn from it, hence why I'm calling them lessons. Another thing for the comments, if you can think of any other proposed solutions, please do put them in the comments below. I'd be really interested in hearing those. So first lesson we've got here is the grocery bill. I mean, this happened to many of us this year, I'm sure, with the cost of living increasing, the cost of food going up exponentially. So the groceries bill kept increasing. And then in general, my overspending. And I say my because it's not so much my partner that does groceries unless he's getting them for himself on the days that he's not at home, but otherwise it's me. And yeah, I just overspend. It's things like, I think I mentioned a few months ago, I bought lots of coffee because the coffee that I like was on offer. So I said, we won't be able to buy it. We won't need to buy any for a while. And lo and behold, I'm in Asda the other day. It's on offer again from £6.10 now. If you remember, it was just 2 months ago I said £5.45. And now they are £6.10. It's crazy. Anyway, they were on offer from £6.10 to £3.50. So I was like, let me pick up another jar. I don't need it. I already have the spare jar, but it's that temptation and seeing how much again it's increased by, like from £5.45 to £6.10. That is a lot of money, and that's just one jar of coffee. So if that's what's happening with that, imagine what's happening with the rest of our budget. Anyway, I know that you can all relate to this. We are all feeling the pinch on the grocery bill going up. The point is, I overspend and stock up in areas where I don't necessarily always need to, because I see those offers on, and it's increased as well because we had dietary changes sort of later towards the year. It's just not working. The way we're doing it isn't working. My proposed solution, and yes, I'd love to hear what your thoughts are and what maybe you do, and I can maybe take on some of our ideas, but it's to start shopping online and getting the food delivered. That way I'm not walking around the shop tempted by whatever I see, and if it's something that we normally buy, then it goes in, or if it's something like the coffee again that I need, I'll be searching for it when I need it, rather than just searching, just like, oh, let's see if it happens to be on offer. I'll do it when I need it instead. So an online shop to get it delivered will hopefully reduce that temptation, and a household envelope. So the other problem with the overspending is when we need a toilet roll or kitchen roll and things like that. And I know lots of people have household envelopes and they seem to work for them, so we're going to do that as well. The only part I'm unsure about is if the household envelope is going to be cash or not, or if we're going to do something like the first online shop of the month will include the household money, and we'll get those bits in bulk, and then the rest of the weeks we'll just have a little bit of cash of household, just in case, and then we'll have a little bit of cash of food money. I know definitely I want a bit of cash food money. We're still going to be using our food club. That's where it's local to us, and because we're a family, we can buy food for as cheap as sort of like £4 that would otherwise go to waste, and we can get sort of a bag full of food. It's a really good offer for our area, and lots of the food I can put into the freezer and things like that. So I will still need some cash for groceries, and that's what I'm thinking for household. Saying it out loud now, it makes sense. Tell me what you think. But the thought process is maybe about £50, £60, whatever works, online shop, and then the other £30 to £20, I think we're budgeting 80, will be in cash each week. And then the household envelope, maybe we'll say do £10 a week, but the first household chunk of the month will come out of the online shop. Let me know your thoughts. I'd be really, really intrigued to hear. Okay, 5-week months, they have got us. I don't even know if we've successfully had a 5-week month yet, because I just keep going, we'll just make payday earlier. And it's not helpful at all. So my proposed solution for this is to save 1 week ahead for the weeklies. So for the groceries, for the transport, for our spending money, those months that we know are going to be 5 weeks, we have the extra £80 groceries, the extra £30 for transport ready. So we'll save, say, I don't know, well, I'll work it out on a calculator, but £5 or £10 each week. So when those 5-week months come up, we can just dip into that envelope. So that's the plan with that. Yeah. Let me know again if you can think of anything else that could work. The transport money was constantly going back to bank. What we found is that to get fuel, lots of places now is card. There's a couple close to us that are card only petrol stations. So we'd potentially be driving past a really good deal in order to get to the next petrol station so that we can do cash. To get air in the tyres is card. I'm finding most places. Parking, it's either on Ringo, which is online payment, or car parking in towns have become cashless. Taxis, you can often get cashless for the most part, and public transport as well, buses, cashless. So we're always putting it back to bank pretty much, or driving further out to get fuel from a cash station. So the proposed solution is to go digital. I think it makes the most sense. I really hope you can see this. I'm sorry if you can't. I'll move it up a little bit. Hopefully I don't move everything too much. Yes, to go digital. To have £25 a week. We normally have 30, but £25 online. £5 will still be stuffed into a cash envelope. And then that way, if there is anything that needs cash, we've got it there. And if we don't end up needing the cash, we can put that to challenges or something else. And I think this is the last one. Yep, so I'll move this little bit of card out of the way. Christmas. I'm sure you all saw that coming. And this is going to be a really short explanation. Start saving earlier. That is the proposed solution. Christmas, that is certainly a lesson, because we're dipping in this envelope, that envelope. Oh, let's not put the extra money to the household. Bank of Me loan this week and so on, which we didn't do for the last 2 weeks. So yeah, start saving earlier, and you'll see in the next few videos, my goals video and then the Happy Mail video and my setting up the binders video, a little bit more in depth of how that's going to work. So that brings us to the end of this video. I hope that you have enjoyed it. As I mentioned earlier, please put in the comments what your reflections are for 2022, namely what are your successes and what are your lessons. I'd love to have a little discussion and see if we've got any similar successes or lessons, and yeah, how you propose solutions for yours. I love having a good chat and learning other ways of doing things. I know budgeting is personal and not my way won't work for everybody and your way won't work for everybody, but it's still lovely to just pinch ideas that work really well. I hope that your budgets, as always, are going well. I hope that you've had a lovely Christmas, and I will see you in tomorrow's video, which is going to be my goals for 2023. Take care of yourselves. Bye.